peep the red, white, and blue off the tip. Off the tip. The red's a little faded. Okay. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Okay, first thing we always do. Okay. Well, let's start the day off right. Okay. Start the day off right. This is Justice's Waiting Room. It's a daily live podcast where you discuss news and politics. I'm a socialist, which just means I want everyone to have universal healthcare, education, income, and housing. Here is a link to the opening song. Okay, so instead of forcing you to listen to music every show, okay, so here's my blanket response to every single question about anything that happens before 1 p.m. today. This is my blanket response. It's a matter of national and international security. You are on a need-to-know basis, and you do not need to know. So anything that has happened before 1 o'clock today, I don't give a fuck. Flat. I don't care what anybody said, did, pointed to, looked at, looked away from, refused to answer, answered, don't give a shit. I'm going to say this. Check the National Archives website. That is hard evidence that there's fuckery afoot. If you don't want to believe that, consider that the Executive Order 13848, the first two phases were not classified. Those have not been released, not even the redacted portion. If that doesn't smell like fuckery, I'm sorry. I can lead you to water, dear. I cannot make you drink. You understand? So when I say, hey, there are 21 states in the National Archive that have not submitted a certificate of vote. The next person that tells me the certificate of vote and the certificate of ascertainment are the same thing, and you're just fear-mongering, I'm going to find you. I'm just kidding. The hard reality is, someone didn't forget to do their job. Okay, that didn't happen. Okay, it's somebody's gig. You know what I'm saying? It's somebody's job, right? Do everybody understand that? Okay, so I put links in my chat. Okay. Okay, so if anybody comes in here in here and they got the same question that somebody's already asked, somebody else can tell them. He already said anything said before 1 p.m. today is smoke and mirrors. Pay no attention to the man behind the mask. You understand? Anything said before action is hooey. I don't care. I don't care. Here's why I don't care. There's far too much information out that's like publicly available that tells you this is a highly sensitive situation. Anybody saying anything otherwise is just lying to you. Okay? So in addition to Executive Order 13848, what was the other report that should have already been out? It isn't. I'm trying to think. MJ, I already answered the question. Absolutely anything said prior to action is hooey. I'm not even going to address it. I don't have an opinion about something said in a situation where it is a national and international security issue, in which documents that were not meant to be classified have not been released to the public. So you got to understand, before you can ask me how I feel about the vice president and president talking about a normal transition of power and just trying to avoid political violence, which is literally what they're fucking trying to do. Has anybody said it was a free and fair election? Donald Trump won this shit and he's going to be the president? No, not a single fucking person has come out and said those things. And until they're saying those fucking things, I don't care. I don't care. Long hair don't care. Why? Because when you let Joe Biden yesterday talking about will Donald Trump be sworn in? And he's like, oh yeah, Donald Trump will be sworn in. So, and people were losing their fucking minds, right? Like, oh my God, even the president in the 11th hour didn't absolutely spill the fucking beans and be like, oh yeah, we got his ass. 250 countries monitored our election and provided their input. We had every agency known to man looking at our election. We gave advanced warning that we thought shit was gonna happen, but we ain't gonna do shit. We're just gonna hand it over to him. All because of what Joe Biden said in the 11th hour when he got run up on by a reporter, right? Right? Because he was facing away from them. That's one of the things I've picked up about Joe Biden is that if he's going to answer you earnestly and honestly, he'll turn and he'll look and he'll face you. But when he's being dismissive, when he doesn't like the question, when he's going to have to think for a second what to say, he has bad body language. He has bad body language. It's actually a tell. Right? You got to remember I'm a poker player, right? Yeah. Okay. Here's some facts. You want some facts? Here's some facts. Yesterday, Marjorie Taylor Greene was freaking out on social media because a bunch of Republicans have gone. They're gone. They're not in Washington, D.C. They got to be back today to certify. Marjorie Taylor Greene posts a video within the last week talking about everybody better be at Donald Trump's inauguration. Some of us might not be able to make it. What? So why are we being like, oh, what did Joe Biden say? Oh, what did Kamala Harris say? And not being like, yo, Donald Trump, Marjorie Taylor Greene, Elon Musk are crashing the fuck out. Is nobody saying that? How come your first question wasn't, hey, I think Donald Trump's a loose fucking cannon? I think Elon Musk has lost his goddamn mind. I think Marjorie Taylor Greene is shitting herself. Why ain't anybody asking about them? Why are you so quick to give up? Right? You're so quick to be like, oh my God, the Democrats, they didn't tell us everything. We're gonna die. Like, are you stupid? If your questions aren't, holy shit, Donald Trump is off his rocker and in the last week. Holy shit, Elon Musk is off the fucking chain in the last week. Hey, in the last 72 hours, Marjorie Taylor Greene is losing her motherfucking mind. And you're going, oh, Joe Biden said we're gonna swear Donald Trump in. I guess it's over. Kamala Harris said, well, we're just going to have a peaceful transfer of power. I guess the election's over. What the fuck? Wake up. Like, understand. I guess I should also say this. I'm so confident that I'm correct despite the outcome. Do you understand? Like, either way it goes, either the DOJ and all those 3 and 4 letter agencies ain't none to fuck with, okay? Either the DOJ and all them 3 and 4 letter agencies ain't nothing to fuck with, or it's all over. Everything's over. My trust in every institution is gone. That's where we are. There's no middle ground here. Do you understand? Either no, MJ, I wasn't necessarily talking to you. This was like global. I don't know anyone well enough to address them directly. Do you understand how that works? Like, I don't know anyone via social media to be like, I'm talking to you and only to you. You savvy? I've had a lot of this the last couple days, like infighting and shit. Like, if we're on the same fucking team, I'm not fighting with you. In fact, I fucking refuse. In fact, I'm more likely when my team is fighting to be impartial and try to get between the people fighting and being like, fucking, this is friendly fire. And this is not what I'm here for. Okay? At 1 o'clock. At 1 p.m. Eastern. Okay? I got 190 people in here Plus, I'm actually hot, and I don't have heat in my house. So consider that. I'm hot. Okay. So, like I said, the first thing I point to is hard evidence. What hard evidence do we have? Fuckery's afoot, right? And I'd point to the what is it? The National Archives. The National Archives should just have this information in it. I want the American flag. You see, I got like four of them. Four of them. There's like American flags. This is like the only proper American flag, and it's on a piece of clothing, which is technically not supposed to be on. But I'm not gonna. Someday I'm gonna get a canvas background that's an American flag. That would be cool as fuck. Okay. Okay. So yeah. So even on the day of its due, if you go. Check National X6. Still blanks. It's still blanks right now. I put the link in the comments. Okay. Morning, Lori. So yeah, you got to stay positive no matter what. Like the hard reality is that should justice prevail in my eyes, it is the death of the Republican Party. Should justice prevail, it's the death of the Republican Party. If justice does not prevail, then my trust in these institutions that for my whole life, for the record, like for my whole life, I've been like, you generally want to do the right thing as often as you can, because like the justice system will fuck you up. And I'm also aware, by the way, that the justice system doesn't work for like a bunch of fucking people. Okay? So I'm fully aware that like I have placed my faith, for what that's worth, in like the United States government and the federal government and shit. And like thinking like eventually they're gonna get it right. Right? Eventually gonna get it right. Has somebody say good morning? Can you explain about the 21 states and the archives? What's going on with that shit? Jared's getting real. Okay. So one thing we won't be doing, one thing I'll never do is dismiss data. Savvy? So again, I'm gonna post it again. Okay. There. Go to the National Electoral College, the National Archives. Go there. And then what I want you to look at, okay, and I think it's relevant, okay, we could call this an Easter egg, and that's also not correct. So none of your business 2025. One of the rules I have is if you're going to come on my live, don't lie. Goodbye. And I didn't even do that. So yeah, you gonna come in my live and comment? Don't lie. Don't lie. You ain't gonna last long. You ain't gonna last long enough for me to lift a finger. What up, T.O.? All right, so listen. When you look at this National Archives for the Electoral College, understand that in past elections, and I'm just stating facts that other people have shown me, okay? These National Archives are usually filled out before Christmas. Correct me when I'm wrong. So if you can look at a Wayback Machine and you can tell me that I'm not right, in past elections, this shit gets filled out before Christmas. Okay? Now, here's what I see. Wayback Time Machine shows it was in January 4th, 2020. Oh, yeah. So before January 6th. Cool. And you got to think about January 6th, January 4th, 2020 was 2 days before an insurrection. So it's an interest, right? Or no, that doesn't make any sense. That doesn't make any sense. You mean January 4th, 2021? See, that's what I'm talking about. You gotta have sources. You gotta be looking at it. You gotta be looking at it while you tell me. You can't just tell me. Because when you tell me and I say it out loud, then it's like, oh shit, that's not right. Okay. So here's what I see. Okay, when I look at the National Archives for the Electoral College for 2024. Okay, first of all, it doesn't show who won. It's not already written down. It just says who's running for president, who's the main opponent, who's the vice president's opponent. Okay. Okay. And then when I scroll down, the first thing I see is that California's turned in their certificate of ascertainment, but their electoral college votes have not been attributed. And understand, Kamala Harris would be winning California and all those seats. So again, I'm on that team. That's crazy. The website that I just put in the fucking comments. People keep saying they can't get there, and it's like, wait a minute, are you clicking on the link? Are you using this link right here and copying and pasting? Because that's not what I'm getting. I'm looking at it right now. Excuse me, burp. The first thing I see is California's electoral votes have not been attributed to anyone. And as you go down there, Florida's heavy red. Heavy red. That was a layup for Donald Trump. He was winning Florida from his deathbed. Florida, their 30 electoral votes have not been attributed to Donald Trump. How about Georgia? Georgia was contested. Right? Okay. Idaho, heavy red. 4 electoral votes. Not in there. Once again, Brittany. Yeah, hey, are you ready for King Kong type shit? Beat my chest type shit? Okay. I sat on this. You know what happened? My furnace blew out. But on December, 23rd, I was like, oh, wait. Why isn't it filled out? I don't even know what the fuck I'm talking about. But, I would want that filled out. Before it was due. What the fuck? If it's not filled out, somebody's losing their job. Here's the thing. I'm a nerd. I'm a nerd. I want this job. I want to fill it out. I'll put it in there. I'll put the link in there. I can do the little coding for this. It's not hard. It's not hard. I'm literally taking a class about building databases right now. That's literally what I'm going to school for. So the fact that this isn't filled out, it piques my interest. Where you're like, wait a minute, why the fuck? California, blue. Florida, red as fuck. Georgia, which was contested, right? Idaho, heavy red. Kentucky, heavy red. Kansas, heavy red, right? Massachusetts, straight blue, son. Massachusetts might as well be fucking socialist. Minnesota, that's where the fucking Tim Walz is from. If they're gonna unfucking election, it's in fucking Minnesota, right? And then Mississippi, reddest of red states, right? Nevada, North Carolina, another one of those contested states. Notice you don't hear about stolen, rigged, violent uprising. I want to point out the difference between the two sides is that the smartest nerd on the left is saying most of these are swing states and heavily contested states, and otherwise are setting an example for being heavy blue, heavy red. And I think it gives more information to the Electoral College when they go to certify today, is that, oh no, heavy ass red state, heavy ass blue state, and then all these contested states, and talk about the data and shit. Yeah, I think it makes fucking sense while they're not. Yeah, interesting. Yeah, I like that. This is interesting. Yeah. And then let's see, the Dakotas, as Dakota said, and then Oklahoma. Oklahoma, heavy fucking red, right? Why aren't their votes just attributed? It's just 7. Rhode Island, I think that's a blue state. Heavy blue. Why wouldn't you just put your shit in there? South Carolina, heavy fucking red. Okay, South Dakota. We already talked about that. Here's the one that's like, what? 40 electoral votes in Texas not attributed. For the record, I think we thought that was going to Donald Trump, right? Why didn't somebody just fill us out? This was super frustrating. Imagine if this was your job, right? And what'd you do? It's like from the 20. Hold on, I gotta do math. Today's the 6th. 7 days includes New Year's. Yeah, you took from the 23rd to the 6th off. That's what you think happened. Like the person's whose job it is. And these are blue states and red states, so there's not a lot like maybe all the blue states are withholding their shit, and maybe the red states are just falling in line. It's like, so here's what can happen today. Everybody should go follow St. Gale. St. Gale has a degree in constitutional law. They're just not a scholar nor lawyer. They're more like the best teacher you're going to find on the fucking internet. So tag St. Gale, okay? And make sure and tell them Jared Malott sent you and said, listen to them. Listen to me, babies. Okay? One of the smartest people I know. And I don't know him personally. I would fucking hope to. I'd love to give him confidence. Okay? I would love to put... Hold on. There was one back here. It's so unfortunate. I don't even want that shit. It's like, hey, if you're coming on my page, I got 225 people in here, okay? If you come on my page and you post pro-Trump shit, understand I'm a United States Marine Corps infantry veteran and I got first cousins on active duty right now. So your fandom of Donald J. Trump and his potential presidency puts me and my family in danger. So understand, you post pro-Trump shit, we're never going to be friends. You get that, right? You get that, right? No, I'm not frozen. I'm not frozen. I'm on fiber. It's a you thing. No. It did it for me too. My live stream on TikTok. Here, hold on. See? Live on YouTube. I'm watching live on TikTok. Okay. It's so I can see the chat. Because looking down here to read the chat is stupid. Okay. I'm eating breakfast. I'm sorry. Everybody was saying I was skipping. Oh, cinnamon sugar Bop Tart. No, it's apple cinnamon sugar. It was like really good. But go watch St. Gale. Go watch their latest videos. And he has my favorite quote. And I'm going to botch it. Okay? He says something to the effect of the only way all this shit that we think is going to happen does not happen if the Democrats are observing Jimmy Carter's memory and are trying to observe decorum and just don't want any conflict and feel like if we just give it back to him and just let him be president, like everything will be cool. Like, really? Really? The only someone with a constitutional law background said the only way. Okay, I'm gonna have a fucking aneurysm. Okay, nobody's spilling the beans. I would be saying, if I was Kamala Harris, I would have edged a little closer to saying Donald Trump's going to be president. I don't know what you're talking about. Donald Trump's going to be president. Like, what? People coming in, commenting on my live and being like, oh my God, Joe Biden said, we just want to make sure we have a peaceful transfer of power. It's like an important part of democracy. And he was asked, like, oh, so Donald Trump's going to get sworn in? And he was like, yeah. What'd you think he was going to do? You thought in the final hour, right? Last night was, for the record, we're not in the final. Okay. That's what I'm saying, Bohica. God damn it. That's not also relevant though, Kim. So they're trying to quell the potential for violence. I'm doing everything. I want people canceling their flights. I'm not able to mod. I had it, but I don't have it. What? Can you post? What are you coming into? There. It says you're a mod, dog. Yeah, it's got a thing. Yeah, it says got a mod tag under your name. Ding! Who is that? Lizelle Creative says that was recorded after she swore in the new Senate. That's old shit. No, yeah. Hey, whoa. Who is that? Holy shit. You got like digits in your name, but I'm gonna. I didn't say he was giving it to Donald Trump. He just said, like, we just want to make sure we have a peaceful transfer of power. Does that sound like me saying, like, Joe Biden said Donald Trump was going to be president? No, I didn't say that. Mm-mm. Appreciate you. Thank you for your service. You're welcome. What the fuck? Hey, in case y'all haven't noticed, TikTok's boo-boo. Okay? I'm glad you're all here. I'm glad I met you all. Well, my question for somebody that is saying, like, Joe Biden's not going to do anything, what is Joe Biden's job as it refers to this election? No, like, can somebody answer the question? Answer the question. If you're going to sit there and say Joe Biden's not going to do anything, what's Joe Biden's job as it refers to this election? No, can somebody answer the question? He doesn't have a fucking job. It's not his job to run this election. It is the vice president's fucking job. No, he can't do anything. God damn. It's the vice president. It's her fucking job. Why? Like, I feel like this is first day of fucking U.S. government courses. Who runs fucking elections? The goddamn vice president. It's Kamala's fucking job. Joe Biden had to give access to classified information. Oh, for the record, he didn't actually have to do that. So I want to point this out. We need to talk about this. This is another one of those things where, like, I've been sitting on this one for a while, so you're welcome. I didn't make a TikTok and shit on everyone who figures this shit out way too goddamn late. Okay. You remember when Joe Biden and Kamala Harris came rushing back to the White House on December 25th? Do you remember? Do you remember on Christmas? Do you remember that? You remember that? Hey, guess what? I was wrong. Because I thought I read, burp, excuse me. I thought I read that the president had to be present to give the vice president access to classified documents. And that's why they spent that whole week, instead of going home for Christmas, that's why they spent that whole fucking week. Okay? I was fucking wrong. Okay? Here's why. The president did not have to be there. Do you get it? Do you understand? The president did not have to give her permission to view that information because she was going to get a copy. I misread the executive order. So understand, I put out content saying, like, the reason that they both went back to the White House is because in order for her to view all those reports, the president had to be... No. They didn't actually have to fucking be there. He didn't have to go back for any. There's not a single reason that he had to go back. There's not a good reason. Do you understand what I'm saying? Like, there's not. Unless you're drafting war powers documents, talking Article 4, Article 5 NATO. Oh, I want to post this because a bunch of people have been like, how do you know about, like, NATO and shit? Huh? There's no way to shut. See, and there's people that have, if you do not have a political science degree, okay, if you're not an elected official, don't come on my live and lie, because now we'll just never be friends. Again, I like to point at the facts. In the last 4 fucking days, Donald Trump has literally said the Democrats are gonna put up their old tricks. I ain't seen no fucking flips. I ain't seen no kick flip, no heel flip, nothing. So yeah, see, Kiana's got it right. Where's the fuck is JD Vance? He has to be there for NatSec. Ding! Okay. There's a couple hundred people in here. Hey, make sure you get 8 hours of sleep a night. And I apparently have to say this to other adults. What I also mean is whatever you do, like, for a living, or how you behave, or how you treat other people, that's going to contribute to your ability to sleep. So if you're a piece of shit and you constantly are looking for conflict and you always raise your voice first and you're always pointing fingers, trying to blame somebody else, you can never take fucking accountability. Jesus Christ, it sounds like I'm describing fucking Donald Trump. It's going to be difficult for you to sleep. You're going to be a pain in the ass, right? To yourself. Okay? I don't know bad people that sleep well. Savvy? Them's just facts. And when you see people and they got big ass bags under their eyes and it looks like they slept in 3 fucking days, you ought to get to know them and know exactly what they're fucking doing. Yep. So one of the things that you can do, one of the easiest way that you can, Somebody said he ain't posted shit since yesterday. I'm just telling you. Every time in real life, if I've met someone and they just look like they're dragging ass all the time, and you like get to know them, and you like find out about them, you're like, oh, that makes sense right there. I fucking understand why you can't catch a wink of sleep. Yep, I would be sleepless as well. Yep. And I don't even have to go into detail. And you are like, oh yeah, I fucking know people that can't sleep because of the shit they've done. Yep. So, on that note, get 8 hours of sleep a night. Naps are fantastic. Naps are actually really fucking good for you. And this is really good advice the younger you and older you are, right? Like, this is great advice for everyone. Okay? 8 hours of sleep a night. Take a fucking nap. Obviously, don't take a nap in the machine that you drive for work while it's moving and shit. But go somewhere and lay down and take a nap. It's fucking great for you. Okay? So outside of sleeping, that's most important, the most important thing. Like, if you're not sleeping, you're not learning. Your brain's not cycling all the information that you got. It's not getting rid of the shit you don't need. It's not hard coding into your... No, she did not. That statement is old. She was in an outfit, the same outfit from the other day. Don't come into my live. Don't come into my podcast and post lies that you cannot verify. Don't do that. Somebody just posted in my live, Kamala Harris put out a statement this morning about certifying the election. And it's like, no, that was recorded when she certified the vote the 3rd. So that was recorded on Friday. And also, why would you tell them anything other than, huh? Yeah. It didn't come out today. Yeah, she has to do her job. Understand, it's not... Okay, I need to explain this. It's not her job to be like, oh my God, he cheated. That's not her job. Do you know what her job is? Her job is to listen when at least 20% of the elected officials raise their hand and say, hey, we have significant information that says there's election interference and fraud in our state. And as long as 1/5 of the people there raise their fucking hand and say, yo, you got some bullshit going on. It's not even that many people. Okay? Then we get a redress. But it's her fucking job to say whatever the fucking states decide, I gotta go with. Her job is it ministerial now? Where like it just has function but no power. Okay, so you come in my live and you say shit like, what? Yeah, 1 p.m. Eastern. Okay, it's what we're waiting on. Yeah, I got them. Everybody got them. There were I seen 3 blocks by 3 different people on one person. But yeah, if you... So National Archives has not been updated. Executive Order 13848, they haven't put anything out. The first 2 phases of that, they didn't say anything about being classified. It's the end, the last 30 days of that shit that said they could classify that. But the fact that they haven't even put that out yet, come on, dog. Come on, dog. And understand that all these agencies had to do all these investigations. And people are going to ask about Mark Elias. I think Mark Elias in 20 of 21. My wife said we have an issue. Why do we have an issue? 22 states. Which I believe is like one more than... Yeah. Definitely refresh the archive. Get in there if you can. Hasn't been updated. Also, Executive Order 13848 hasn't come out. The ODNI has not come out. Remember the Office of the Department of National Intelligence, they release a statement after the election and they say, "Oh yeah, the election's great." Oh, same states he filed a lawsuit in. That's wild. Oh, Mark Elias is Kamala Harris's like lead attorney. Also, he's been saying this whole time, and nobody's come in my shit and been like, "Hey, Mark Elias is like the number one attorney for Kamala Harris," and he's been saying this whole time that Donald Trump won and he's gonna get elected and all that shit. He's a lawyer. He's lawyering. If he comes out here and be like, Donald Trump fucking cheated, like he's like a cheap lawyer now. He's like a shitty lawyer. You wanted Rudy Giuliani, say it. Say it. I wanted Rudy Giuliani to be fucking Kamala Harris's lead attorney because he gets out in front of a microphone and is like, "Bitches, gotcha! You're all guilty!" Ah! Like, instead you got Mark Elias who's just like, "Yeah, Donald Trump won." He has that shit in the drafts, right? Donald Trump. He just posts it every few days just to keep people off his back. Like, holy shit. Yep, I didn't find either. There wasn't this election wasn't stolen. Nobody cheated. See how easy that is? It just rolls off my back. See how easy that? Oh, there was no cheating. This election wasn't stolen. See how nothing changed? I'm still like the same fucking person. But to sit here and be like Donald Trump didn't cheat, and I'm totally going off Maria Acosta's comment that for some reason is not was fucking blocked. Rosie and Daisy said that was not convincing, Jared. Well, you know what? I'm really bad sometimes. I'm going to be a really bad actor sometimes. Really fucking bad. Yeah, yeah, Maria. All that motherfucker's done his entire life is lie and cheat. And you expect me to believe in like the election of our lifetimes he didn't fucking cheat? This was the one test he decided to pass. Oh, and by the way, he passed it in such a way that it's like above reproach. Like he won within a margin of victory that didn't trigger automatic recount. Like, do you hear what I'm saying right now? Do you know what the odds of him winning all 7 swing states were? 1 in like 35 trillion. That means you had no fucking odds for that to happen. 1 in 35 trillion? If you buy one lottery ticket in your lifetime, you have better odds. Do you understand? If you only buy one lottery ticket lifetime, you have better odds. Also, bro, we were in Iraq. Not sure if you remember me. I don't even want to talk about that. John Hartley is on his way. Some technicians on their way. But I didn't go to Iraq or Afghanistan, so you get the wrong person. I was aboard the USS Bataan. I was on the 26 Mew. The cool thing is, like, just so you all know, there was like a month of my life where that every single day I woke up and had to be ready to go, and it culminated in me and my entire platoon sitting on a tarmac on our sea bags with our shit ready to go and waiting for a C-130 to literally take a bunch of boots and like they were going to fly us to Iraq and just give us to our company. And they decided not to do that the last second. So that's about as close as I got. Talk about fucking scary, by the way. I'd been in the Marine Corps for like 5 minutes. In the first month I get to, I mean, it was 2-2. You kind of expected, like, he didn't. Girl, it's a sting operation. Stay positive. That shit's funny to me. So yeah, there's somebody in my comments that was like, "I remember you from Iraq." I was like, "No, the fuck you don't." Kelly Jenkins in my YouTube said, "I almost got my leg blown off at point blank range during my service and I've not been able to sleep ever since." See, that Wild. Okay, we're back. See, that makes sense. Just the odds of tossing a coin 7 times in a row heads is 1 in 28. 1 in 128. Toss 7 toss up states way higher. So yeah, there's almost 200 people in here. Thank you so much. Eric Dude gone again. It's so crazy. I wasn't gonna address it, just so everybody knows. I kind of refuse. I refuse to lie about my time in service. So like, even when somebody comes in there like, I remember you from Iraq, and it's like, no, you don't. That's fucking silly. That's fucking silly. Because like to me, that it's not a dick measuring contest, yo. So when somebody's like, "Did you go to Iraq or Afghanistan?" and I'm like, "No, I was aboard the USS Bataan," and if that person's like, "Oh, so you're a pussy?" I'm like, "What? Being on a boat's more fucking dangerous." Only 1% of all the people that serve ever see combat. 1%. So for the record, like going to Iraq or Afghanistan, that I would call that bad luck. Good luck is going to the most combat deployed unit in Marine Corps history, and they get sent on a fucking boat ride after they get a puck. Okay? So for the record, my unit got a presidential unit citation. Do you see how I tell the truth about my service? It's so easy for me to just have said I got a puck, right? But I didn't get a puck. My unit got a presidential unit citation for their prior deployment to Iraq that I was not a part of. I also was there when they gave people their cabs and gave people their fucking Purple Hearts and all that shit. I was in their ceremony. Was I in the ceremony? No. See, that's the difference between being a piece of shit and just being honest about your time in service. I was also standing in the formation in front of Brian Stann when he got pinned captain. He fought in the UFC for a long time. He beat Michael Bisping. That was like the highlight of his career. And he took all his money and got into real estate outside of Chicago. Smart dude. Somebody said I got a presidential unit citation. It doesn't go to an individual. Your unit gets awarded it, and it's offered to you by extension. So you don't even actually get it yourself. It goes on your fucking DD-214. It's like on one of your pages. It doesn't even go on your on your rack. You don't even get a medal for that. Okay, so JW, I appreciate that, JW. JW said December 25th was the deadline for state certifications to arrive in DC per the timeline on the NARA website, which is what we've been talking about at length. Okay. And as someone else pointed out, yes, I did break that, but also I held it. So understand, I saw that something was fucked up on like the 23rd, where I was like, aren't all these letters like due in 2 days? And I always try to think about it. It's not homework. It's due by. You can fucking turn it in early, right? But if your certificate of ascertainment and your certificate of vote was submitted before the executive order 13848, the initial 45 days, and all those agencies submitted all their reports to all those heads of state, that doesn't mean it's stuck either. So everyone out there that's like, well, there may be 20 states that haven't put it in, but there's 28 of them that have, and it's like, yeah, and if it's before fucking December 20th, you can bet your ass that doesn't matter. So that's why pointing it out is so important, because there's states that have already turned their shit in. That's not set in stone either. It's just that the fact that there's so many states that have not done this to tell. Okay. Okay. And a lot of people have asked me, what do I think's going to happen? And so I like to make sure that I'm like, keep it short and sweet. Okay. Donald Trump is ineligible for office per the 14th Amendment, Article 3. There's like a couple of other amendments here that means like he forfeits, basically. And Kamala Harris to also be the president, vice president. I also happen to think that there's two, or three or four Senate seats that I think the other part of the 14th Amendment says like giving aid or comfort to the enemies thereof. And it's like, if you're going to DQ Donnie, why don't you just DQ the other insurrectionists, right? Your Marjorie Taylor Greene, your Marco Rubios, your Ted Cruz's, your Kari Lakes and shit. You can do it if you can do. And also, I want to point out, no. And keep in mind, I was telling my wife this the other day. You always got to follow the money because it'll take you where you want to go. We talked about yeah, has to be Senate and House seats contested too. Yeah. Okay. What the fuck was I talking about? God damn it. Yeah, Florida's not a swing state. The swing states are, okay, in my eyes, Pennsylvania. Wasn't it? Oh, follow the money. Oh. So somebody asked about the transitional agreement. And one of the things I want to point out is follow the money, right? So the transitional agreement that Donald Trump did not sign, it gives him money. Why wouldn't you sign that? Why wouldn't you sign that? Or was it not offered to him? It wasn't like they put it on the table and said, Don, go ahead and sign it. Right? Why didn't he take that money? Somebody said get ready for war if he's not certified. I don't think they'll do anything. I think they can pin it on Russia. I think they're fully ready. You got to understand the last time in January 6, 2021, Donald Trump his administration was in power. And he tried to get his vice president to not do their duty. And he had the power of the military. And his coup failed. He lost to Joe Biden. So it's supposed to be like 1 p.m. Eastern is when it's supposed to kick off. Oh, and understand like 3,000 U.S. Marshals, like 25,000 troops from all over the country. Democrats are inviting police, like DC police, to be there today. Like DC police that were there on 1/6. Yeah, Tim said Executive Order 13848, like that information should come out today. That'd be a time. That'd be a time. I didn't. I slept like a fucking baby. That could be because I don't have power. Don't have heat. My furnace is out. I've now had 2 technicians tell me your system's 21 years old. You were lied to when you bought it. I contacted my realtor. Why would you say anything? Because that's her job. Her job is to certify the election. Daniel Hodges. No. That's a stupid question to ask. That's like asking someone that served in the military if they killed anyone, unalived anyone. Are you an insurrectionist? No, I have no criminal record. I don't smoke or drink. I live in reality. I don't fall down rabbit holes and chase conspiracy theories. I look at the facts. There's like 200 fucking people in TikTok lives. Wild. Hey, love y'all. Oh, somebody asked me what I thought was going to happen. So, he's DQ. There are other people that are DQ. He gets sentenced on the 10th. He is a flight risk. He gets arrested, and he unalives by the end of the month. No, I'm still here. Yeah, make sure that you tap 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 on the screen. No, no. Yeah, it's obvious today. Like, let's say this. So, and I'm gonna keep saying it because like people are crazy, y'all. Marjorie Taylor Greene was freaking out yesterday on social media because Republicans. What? That's crazy. Did you block my page on accident? Okay. Marjorie Taylor Greene is freaking out on social media yesterday because Republicans left. They're not in Washington, D.C. Like, she was like, hey, it's bad weather. Y'all should come back now. We need to certify Donald Trump. Right? Huh. That's wild. I didn't block you. Make sure that you didn't block Nana's crib. She said she can't find us anymore. Can't find my page? Wild. Hey, make sure that you don't block Nana's. Was it Nana's cribs? Yeah. If he does certify. If he does certify, like I'm okay. So like I'm more worried about what happens if the rule of law just no longer matters. You know, it's the basically the wild wild west. That's how I think about it. If if what's his name? No, well, I mean you're here. I would rather you be here, Nanas. Like TikTok might be convenient, but YouTube's where I want you. Just so everyone knows that. I got like a lot of people in here that have been watching for a long time. At the top of my creator page is my YouTube channel. It's like the only link on my page, other than my Patreon, okay, which people are subscribing to. I'm not promising additional content. It's just kind of goes with the territory. If you start like paying me, I'll start doing extra work, I guess. Um, no, I'm not a MAGA lover. That's fucking crazy. No, 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 not at all. I am more concerned about what happens if he does get certify the election, he does get elected. Because it tells me there's no accountability for people's relationship um, with like Russia and Israel, and how like it's like our country's politics have been taken over by foreign countries, and now we have to worry about their interests, right? And it's like you don't; those are our enemies. Like for people that don't understand, like Russia's an enemy of the United States. They have bounties on U.S. soldiers. Yeah, what's he gonna do? I'll try. Profile settings, blocked accounts. Control F. No matches. Savvy? Holy shit. It's okay. She's here. Yeah, I would just rather have you here. What was this? I was trying to read the comments, but somebody said Hope Waltz said the family were going on a trip, leaving today or yesterday. Mm-hmm. They'll be back before the inauguration, huh? What was your last account in here and then you were gone? What happened with that? Got banned for a week. So for the record, and this will be all I say. Remember, we're not saying anyone's names. We're not speaking disrespectfully about anyone. We're just telling the truth. What happened was I caught a couple creators straight up stealing my premise. Meaning, I would post a video in the morning, and a couple hours later, I would see bigger accounts not crediting me and posting the same content using the same premise. And I called them out for it. And they retaliated by sending their large audience to report and my content. And it got my account banned for about a week. Okay? About a week. Okay? It got me banned for about a week. But I got, obviously I got my account back. And the content that I'd posted about, you know, my content, my premise being stolen and not getting any attribution, it also got restored, but I decided to delete it all. I deleted all the content where I was naming names and going after the people stealing from me. And you know what I realized at this point? If you don't have any journalistic integrity, it's just going to mean that we don't work together. And when anyone, and think about this, if you say their name, I'm just going to block you because it's like you're not listening to what I'm saying. What I'm saying is I called people out by name and they used their platform to have me banned. And I won. I'm back. And the content that I posted, it got unbanned too. But it's not worth it. It's not that I don't want beef. It's that I'm not wasting my time anymore on that. I've decided to spend my time more wisely. Okay? So everybody's asking about it, like, what about these people? And it's like, I'm never working with them. We're never going to be friends. But I'm not giving you oxygen. I'm not even going to say your name. I'm not doing you that service. They're going to have to keep saying my name. Okay? I just want to speak on it. People are asking, and it's like, hey, I don't owe them a relationship. So I'm just going to keep doing what I'm doing. I'm going to keep doing this good work. Okay? That's the way I think about it. I'm going to keep doing this good work. Okay? I've been live for about an hour. Oh, you know what Joe Biden did yesterday? Yeah, somebody said TikTok sucks. It's like starting to. Okay. I just want to point out that President Biden signed legislation expanding Social Security benefits for millions of teachers, firefighters, nurses, police officers, other public employees, and their spouses and survivors. Okay. I think that's a big deal. That's a good piece of news. Okay. We're gonna stay live until the technician gets here. Okay. And I am looking for a rich benefactor to help me get a new furnace and water heater before it all blows up and we die unalive. Because I've now had 2 technicians come out to my house and be like, I'm not touching that thing. You got to get a new furnace and a water heater, and if you don't, it's going to blow up. Also, Joe Biden permanently banned offshore drilling in 625 million acres. What? What did the Democrats do to veterans? Hold on. Hold on. What? hold on. What? No. No. Nope. Yeah, I was gonna say what? No. Somebody asked in my TikTok in my chat, why do so many veterans support Donald Trump? And I'll say, um, disproportionately active duty does not support Donald Trump. So disproportionately, meaning like more people do not than do, just like in polite society. Remember that the military is a microcosm of polite society. Okay. Um, so everybody understands like the U.S. military is a microcosm of the U.S. military. Yes, Fox News is on basis. Okay. But you know what you're told by good leadership? I had great leadership. I was in 2nd Battalion, 2nd Marines Weapons Company, the most combat deployed unit in Marine Corps history. In fact, when I got to them, they were on their 5th straight deployment to Iraq. 5 in a row. Okay? You should start a GoFundMe. Okay? Okay? So when people ask me, why do so many veterans support Donald Trump? My answer is I'm going to quote the late great George Carlin. Okay? Half of all people are stupid, and the other half are even stupider. Rest in power. Okay? But that's my answer. When people say, why do so many veterans, why do so many teachers, why do so many union members, why do so many firemen vote for Donald Trump? Okay? But when people ask, why do so many people support Donald Trump? Here's one thing I can tell you about this that makes me giggle. That we may never know. We may never know. I hope we do. I hope we find out. I don't think he's that popular. I really don't. The way I look at it now is if you look at the current numbers, and I'm a numbers guy. Remember, if you've been following me for a while, you found out that dude's pretty good with math. Let's just say 77 million people voted for Donald Trump. And there's 335 million people in the United States. So that means that 24% of the country supported him. That's before you considered. We'll see, Millie. I have someone come out, give me an estimate for a new furnace and shit. Yeah. You can't do a GoFundMe. And now that I think about it, I'm trying to think about like a way if the best way to do it is like PayPal. Because I can access the money. If you do it any other way, I won't have access to the money, and it'll take like a lot higher fees. So it's like we'll have to collect more money to get where you need to go. People are asking if they can help. I'm just being honest about how you do that. Okay. So I'm gonna have to go. Okay. They're here to give me an estimate. Okay. Okay. And I'm gonna go because there's somebody here to give me an estimate for a new furnace. Okay. So there's my PayPal. Load that fucking thing up. I don't know what to tell you because otherwise we'll see what happens. Need somebody to sign for me. Somebody with really good credit. I don't even need the money. I need somebody to sign for me. What are the odds of that?